There she was, just a walking down the street singing, do-a-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do. Whacking her fingers and shuffling her feet singing, do-a-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do. She looked good, she looked fine, she looked good, she looked fine, and I nearly lost my mind. Before I knew it, I was walking next to me singing, do-a-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do. Welcome back, everybody, to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
I love that song.
That's so fun.
Yeah, it's a great tune. All right. Hey, you know what? We're going to have Rick from the CRPA on, but after that, it's phone calls. Jimmy, what's that number?
Call in after this, 866-870-5752.
Give us a call, and let's get to Rick. How are you?
Hey, it's great to see you this last week.
Well,
so I just want to make sure everyone knows we went out to lunch finally.
Yeah. After stiffing me 35 times in a row, we finally went.
The prophecy has been fulfilled.
How was the chowder?
Oh, okay, you're right. It was only 33.
Hey.
Wow.
What's going on, Rick?
Hey, so, I got some good news and some exciting things going on. So out of our 70 bills, we're down to 4.
Hey.
Wow.
Bad ones. So that's not bad batting.
No.
We were able to knock out a couple more. So that was good. So we only have one bill that's bad left in the Senate, and that's a 704, and that's that firearms barrel bill. And it's interesting because at this point, this is where it becomes interesting. You get to see who the governor is using to be their spokesperson on certain topics. So for the Senate bill, it has to go through the Assembly to go to what they call concurrence, where both houses vote, and then it goes to governors. They have placed Assemblywoman Stefani, and so she is becoming now the anti-Second Amendment leader within the Assembly. So that's kind of interesting. We now know who to try to put pressure on this next election. But not as surprising, the 3 Assembly bills are being led by none other than Senator Catherine Blakespear, who we already know didn't like us. And that is 1078. That's the 3 and 30 bill that we've talked about.
Yeah.
And then that's Gabriel's 1127, the anti-Glock bill. And then Gibson's 1263, which is the ghost gun, which we've talked ad nauseum, but they're still pursuing those. We are lining up our attorneys to get ready to litigate if those go through and the governor decides to sign them. So we'll know by Friday at midnight what the final fate is of these 4 bills.
Oh, wow.
Well, crossing our fingers that you know.
We're set either way. If we get them killed, we know that they'll be back next year.
Yeah.
And if we don't, we're ready to litigate them. So, and then in other news, there's a thing called elections going on, and a lot of stuff moving on that. So for the people that listen to the radio up in Northern California and Central California, we have a huge event coming up on the 20th at the Yellow Sports Ground. It's called, I'm going to say this very careful, Shoot with the Sheriff. And we have about a half a dozen current sheriffs of different counties, including Chad Bianco, who's running for governor, that is coming up there. And so people have an opportunity to go to the range, raise some money, get to meet Chad, who is doing very well in the polling numbers. Best Republican candidate we've had probably in 20 plus years.
Oh, yeah.
Actually has a really good chance of definitely winning in the primary and going for the final run. And we have a good chance to get him over. So opportunities like this, we're trying to get one set up in Southern California, but that one's on the 20th. And then on the 27th, we have a couple different people. If people want to be bored out of their mind, I will be speaking at the Republican National Assembly in Anaheim.
Hey.
So if you're bored, you can come see me. But if you don't want to be bored and have a good time, you can go at the same time out to the Compton Rod and Gun Club, where they're holding a spaghetti western with lots of games, fundraising, silent auctions, things like that. Nothing to compare with what you do. And even after the smart remarks, I will be there Saturday, as promised.
Hey.
Oh,
Excellent.
look at that.
Excellent.
Very
Who
cool.
wouldn't want to see you, you silver-tongued devil?
Well, very cool, very cool. Glad, because we are well represented by the CRPA.
Love it.
When you walk in, on your left is where you sign in, and on your right is where you sign up for the CRPA. So, Yeah, it'll be.
Well, hopefully I didn't scare people off by saying I was coming.
Oh, no. to meet the voice behind all the action, I think you're gonna be driving some more.
Yeah,
So I love it.
Boy, that Glock bill and that what is it, 3 per month thing. That's
Well, I figure it would be a nice relief after midnight on Friday for me to wake up with a big cup of coffee and come see you guys and be with some sane people.
Hopefully, we'll all
tell
be
you
able to
what.
celebrate.
Yeah.
it's just yeah. Well, like you said, though, hopefully we've got it covered, and you guys will. So okay, so say it passes, then it goes to Governor Numbnuts up there, and he's going to sign it because that's what he does.
I already have veto letters already ready to fire off. Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
Okay. Do you think we can get a stop to it until it goes to the?
Yeah, I think what will happen, I mean, there's always something could go wrong, but in general what should happen is they will apply for an injunction, they'll get an injunction, and then a few months later, our glorious, and I mean that with all the sarcasm I can put behind that, Attorney General will appeal that, and then it will go to a 3-judge panel in the ninth. And even though it's the most liberal corner of the land, they're going to say, yeah, bridge too far, guys. Once again, they'll do the same thing on 1038 and the same thing on the ghost gun bill. Mm-hmm. And then they'll whine and cry and ask for an en banc, and that'll post out another 9 months or so. And then it will go probably towards the Supreme Court. And it looks like we've got several of these kinds of laws going that direction. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Supreme Court handles what's coming to their desk.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish there was a way that they could just, one big foot stop, just boom.
Well, this is what I keep trying to tell people, and, it's easy to get depressed. We just had Kurt, who works with me, talk to a group of people in South Orange County, a couple of people that were just complete depressed naysayers, and I realize why. I mean, people just feel beat up, but if you really look at what's been going on, we're picking up seats. The tide's changing. We're getting not one here and one there, but every single court case in the West. Yeah. The circuit courts are going, nope, and no again, and no again. And so they're struggling to throw everything up, but the one big solution, I loved it, is vote them out.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I listened to a wonderful senator in Montana that said, look, when are the people going to wake up and realize they're the boss? And they certainly want to put up with this crud from an employee at their personal business. Well, these employees have your entire life in their hands. Fire them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's coming from a politician.
Well, that old saying about a democracy is lost once the politician realizes he can buy the people with their own money. And you know who said that, right? Cicero in
Rome, around the time of Julius Caesar.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not a new story, guys. No. It's just the same old story.
Politics is politics, no matter what era. You know what, Rick? Real fast, I got a couple questions from online over NBase over on Rumble. Wants to know the CRPA's position on intrafamiliar transfers and if they're a necessity to go through FFLs, I know they are now. That's what we're supposed to do, intrafamiliar. You don't have to go through FFL. You can actually do them online. But should they be a requirement if it's intrafamiliar?
So the law currently says, as all of you know, because you work in a gun store, that there's a couple different routes you could do it. There is a form that you can still fill out and do it if it's interfamilial, but you have to have, what the definition of familial you need to know, which is why I recommend when a lot of people first think about this, they do it correctly and then they do it incorrectly, or you can go through an FFL. But yeah, I mean, that's the law. So, do I like that law? No, I would love to be able to hand it down. I don't have to hand transfer papers for a lot of things, but there's some things you do. And there's also that little thing called probate court, and we live in a horrible state if we're looking just at California when it comes to that. And so, the more things you can secure down to make sure they either go through a trust or something like that, I'm all about that.
Yeah. Well, real quick, the intrafamilial bill, what we're talking about is this is passing a gun from father to son or son to father. I've had people go, well, it's my brother-in-law. No, it's got to be father to son, mother to daughter. It can't be, your second cousin, third removed, anything like that. So,
I can move a gun to my son, son, either one of my sons, but I can't move it to their wives.
Yeah, I always explain it as on the family tree, we're moving vertically, not horizontally.
Yeah.
And it's one step only.
Yeah. And it's a way how if father has a gun that's not on the California roster, but he wants to give it to his son in California, you can do this intrafamilial transfer, and DOJ has to sit on their hands on it.
Yeah.
Right.
But I wouldn't make a habit out of it because they will come.
Yeah.
They will come a knocking. So.
Okay. Well, yeah, there was that, and then I think we touched on it last week, or somewhat. Is that sites on CCWs, upgraded sites?
Yes.
Yes. It says that. Do you know anything about that? It says, ask Rick about Newsom is trying to ban laser sight flashlights and red dots on CCW guns.
No, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that Gavin Newsom gets attributed to him that he's not doing. There's nothing currently going on in that. There's been no discussion of that. And, unfortunately, it's bad enough, folks. We don't need to add anything
Yeah.
to it. We don't
Let's
to
not
give people ideas.
Let's
Don't
not
give 'em
keep
any
spreading
ideas.
rumors, yeah. Hey, Rick, we're coming up on the break. Anybody wants to get a hold of you, donate their time, their money, or join, how do they get a hold of you?
CRPA.org. And if they want to get a hold of us, contact at CRPA.org. And as always, guys, God bless you guys and keep up the great work. And I'll see you guys next Saturday.
Very
Yes,
good.
sir.
Thanks.
God
Good luck
bless
on
you.
Friday. We'll talk to you on Saturday.
Bye.
See you, Rick.
Peace.
Okay, bye.
All right, guys. This is Gunslingers right here on
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
and it's time for phone calls. What's the number, Jim?
866-870-5752.
And you know what? Hey, Leon, what's the number? See if we can do it.
That number is 866-870-5752.
Give us a
Again,
call.
866-870-5752.
Very good.
Love it.
Well done. We'll be back right after this.